important of important of English language. Important importance of English language. Importance of English language. The English is spoken. The English is spoken. The English is spoken. Spoken all over the world. All over the world. The English is spoken all over the world. The English language is means of communicator. Means of communication. Means of communication. Means of communication. The English is means of communication to exchange the information. The whole world is a global village. The whole world is a global village. Global village. Due to the global village, by using the means of media, by using English language, by using English language. English language. English language. It is easy to understand. It is easy to understand as compared to the other, as compared to the other language. As compared to the other language, it is easy to understand as compared to the other language. The English is used in school and colleges. Schools and colleges. Colleges as a means of teaching language. Means of teaching is teaching language. Means of teaching and studying language. Studying language. Around 104 countries use English language. All the research and dissertation, all the research and dissertation are written in English medium. English medium. The novel book, like the important book, the books of economics, politics, science, medicine, and so on are written in English language. English language. So it is very important. So it is very important to understand. Very important to understand. So the people are English language is the means of language. The English language is essential to apply in different organizations. The post for different apply in any post organization, company, and others institution, other institution, other institution. The abroad study, abroad, the abroad study, the abroad study is also depend on English language. All the social media, emails, and other communication, others, emails and others, media handling is depend on media handling is depend on English language. Others media handling is depend on English language. So the people are curious to study the English language. International training seminars, English is used in international training seminar, international training seminars, meetings, training, seminar, meeting, English training, seminar, meetings, and other activities in the means of conversation. In the means of conversation. It's a means of conversation. Seminar, meetings, and other activities are as a means of conversation. The fluency fluency in English language, fluency of English language also increase the social reputation, reputation, social reputation. DISCR, TATR, dissertation. DISCR, TATR, dissertation. The scientific invention invention and medicines are written and English language. English language. The tourism handling, handling will depend on English language, English language, English language. The schools and colleges yes, English language. Is a means of teaching and stuff, yes. If you want to find the Google, if you want to find the knowledge in Google, the English language is Google, the English language, English language, English. Essential. But English language is used everywhere. English language is words and everywhere, using everywhere, so it is called inter international language. Business, trade and commercial activities. The business trades and commercial function. Business, trades and commercial functions are also depend on English language. The international transportation and traveling, international transportation and traveling is depend on English language. Depend on is transportation and traveling. Traveling is depend on English language. The international, yeah. The pilot doctors and nurses should know the pilot pilots, doctors, nurses should know to perform their duties. The different types of machine, handling is also depend on English language. So the English is very, very, very important in anywhere. So people are attracted to learn the full learn the language. So the government also, the government also emphasis to study in English medium. English medium. Everyone should fluent command the maker and politics should know English language. English language for the negotiation, for the negotiation to foreign country. Let's see how important of English language. The English is spoken all over the world. It is the international language because it is easy to understand and easy to study also. English is international language because all the things that means social media and other things, all the media are related to the English. All the novel and different type of books, economics, politics, they are written in English. So the command of English is very necessary to achieve the global knowledge. The world is a global place due to the connection of media, but the media is related to the English language. So the study of the origin of English spoken and written is very, very necessary to handle the world, to gain the knowledge, to achieve the employment. I mean, if you want to join in any work, in any organization, or if you want to study that abroad, you should know the English. So the people are attracting to study the English everywhere. The scientific research and invention are also depend on English language, or those books are those invention and different type of machine are written in English language. So the English, if you do not speak English, if you do not have a command of English language, you are not able to handle those motions, and you are not able to achieve the knowledge about different type of invention and scientific research. The dissertation and research are research books, different type of books related to the research and dissertation. They are depending with English medium. So English is language. So English language is very essential. You see, the email, social media, and other all the media are related to the English language. So we should know the English language fluently to conduct our daily life. All the medicine, the economic related books, different type of political philosophies, and different type of invention are related to the English language. Means these things are written by the English language, so you have to know the English language fluently. If you have very good command in English language, definitely you have a social practice also. I means the English fluently is spoken and written or good command in English also increase the social prestige as well. It is the reality. So if you want to business, I mean, if you involve in business activity, you have you have to know the English language, because if you trade in international language, commercial function, if you sell your goods to international firm or international country, you should know the English to interact, to communicate those people, or to communicate the foreign customer about the description of the goods and services. You have to describe your goods and services in English medium. It is very essential. And other things, you see, the English is used in different type of meetings, seminars, and different other types of interaction, international negotiation. The English language is very essential. If you want to participate in the foreign training, you should know the English. If you want to participate in the meetings, you should know the English. If you want to participate in seminar in foreign countries, you should know the English. The politician and policymakers should know, very very essential. I mean, they should know the English language, because to interact, to communicate those seminar, training, meetings, and international negotiation. So it is very very essential. Yes, tourism development, trekking and other type of functioning, and we if you want to understand their intention, understand to visit, if you want to describe about the visit, if you want to describe about the culture, if you want to describe all the things about Nepal, history of the Nepal, you have to know the English. Otherwise, how is it possible to describe the tourist about our history, culture, geography? So it is very very essential. The English language is very very essential in tourism sector. If we want to develop the tourism sector, the government should emphasize on English language as well. If you want to study in abroad study, I mean the abroad study is depend on English language. I mean, if you want to go abroad study, you should know the English. If you do not have a well command in English language, definitely you will not handle the situation in foreign country, or you will not gain the well knowledge to understand well knowledge in abroad study. So everywhere you see Everywhere the English is very essential. So it is a global language. 100 around 104 countries, more than 104 countries, they use the language as their means of communication, internal communication. Sometimes they use the language as to conversation for further. So more than 100 countries are using the English language. So English language is very essential for everywhere. You see, doctors, pilots, and different type of scientists, they should know the English. If they do not have well command in English, definitely they will not tackle, they will not attraction to the other country. They this foreign negotiation, I mean diplomatic negotiation, is very essential. For the diplomatic negotiation, the English language is very essential. So the government should emphasize the English language everywhere. The government schools should start the English language because it is international language. You have to know your language. It's no doubt at all, but you have to understand the international language. So the government should compulsory English medium schools in colleges. Schools, most of the schools plus two colleges and universities, the study and teaching and study is depend on English medium. So English medium is very essential everywhere. You have to communicate. If you are not able to communicate to the other person, how is it possible to success in your life? Employment, every criteria. If you go to take the job if you want to do the job in any sector, you have to know the English, or you have fluent in English language. It is the common criteria in everywhere, every organization, every institution. So English language is very essential. So everybody should emphasize. So the people are attracted to study the language. They are studying for different type of English languages to prepare them for the communication in abroad and foreign countries. So the government should emphasize the English language, and the environment of English language should be created to understand, to speak, to communicate. It is the reality, and that all the things are importance of English language.